Mr. Beukes, why did you initially flee South Africa?
I want to go to the United Nations to ask for independence for non-Europeans in Southwest Africa.
Mr. Beukes, why did you initially flee South Africa?
I want to go to the United Nations to ask for independence for the non-Europeans in Southwest Africa. Gezegd.
Mr. Beukes, why did you initially flee South Africa?
I want to go to the United Nations to ask for independence for the non-Europeans in Southwest Africa.
Did you have any other plans at all? Did you want to go anywhere else?
Yes, my second plan was to see my son in Norway, Oslo, where he studied.
Can I connect? Oh.
Ik had net moeilijkheid met mijn tong.
Why did you give yourself up to the police and so return to
I
South
returned
Africa?
to South Africa.
Why did you give yourself up to the police and so return to South Africa?
I returned to South Africa in the interest of the Namas, Hereros.
Why did you give yourself up to the police and so return to South Africa?
I returned in the interest of the Namas, Damaras, Hereros, Pastors, and whites in Southwest Africa.
Why did you give yourself up to the police and so return to South Africa?
I returned to South Africa. I returned to South Africa in the interest of the Namas, Damaras, Hereros, Bastards, and whites of Southwest Africa. I was not proposed to promote assassination plans. Kan ek my eie woorde byvoeg? Ek ken nie Engels nie, maar ek voel altyd ek moet die volle sin gebruik. Ja. Another reason is that while I is in Bechuanaland, I find out that the United Nations are creating barbaric states by giving independence to countries that are not yet ready for it.
Mr. Beukes, when you were in Bechuanaland, what sabotage plans against South Africa and Southwest Africa did you discover?
Dr. Abrams and his group say to me that the name of the organization from him is UG Ken. And the plan from this organization is that he must kill every white man and every now European what stay by the white man. I asked to him what part from me I must kill, but the the collect from me is from the white man. He say to me, the same plan is against the Rehoboth bastards. We go to the African states or to Russia and learn for sabotage. We come back after 3 to 6 months to kill, to blow it, bridge from the roads up and bridge from the railway. And we bring machine guns with us. And everybody is killed. But in Southwest Africa and South Africa, most only leaders say from a university.
When you were in Bechuanaland, what sabotage plans against South Africa and Southwest Africa did you discover?
Ik wil net iets vragen. Ja. When I arrived in Bechuanaland, Dr. Abrams and his group say to me that his organization's name is QT Camp. And the high quarter is in Cape Town. This organization's plan is to go to Russia or the African states to learn for sabotage. And when he is finished, he come back through northern Rhodesia, through the Caprivi stroke, or Ovamboland, or Angola, or Walvis Bay, to blowing up bridge from roads and a railway. And everybody, every white man or woman is killed. And every non-white what's staying by the white man is also killed. Yes. He bring machine guns with him. And sitting on the side from the road and railway.
Mr. Beukes, why did you give yourself up to the police and so return to South Africa? Did you have any other plans at all? Mr. Beukes, when you were in Bechuanaland, what sabotage plans against South Africa and Southwest Africa did you discover? Mr. Beukes, when you were in Bechuanaland, what sabotage plans against South Africa and Southwest Africa did you discover? Mr. Beukes, when you were in Bechuanaland, what sabotage plans against South Africa and Southwest Africa did you discover there? Mr. Beukes, Mr. Beukes is Afrikaans speaking and speaks very little English, so we've had to prompt him along in this interview. For the lab record, we're using low range and exposure track number 10.